I've done it again. I made a huge impulse buy. Guess what? I bought a new car. Let me show you what I got and what I'm planning to do it, and especially let me explain to you why I decided to buy a car like this in the middle of a transport and fuel crisis going on around the world. Without further notice, let's dive right into it. Join me. Last year in October, my friend Phil from Rotary Racing bought an awesome Toyota GR Yaris. And honestly, he came by and showed me the car, and since then, I just couldn't get that car out of my mind. So what ended up happening was, let me present you my brand new Toyota GR Yaris from the Gazoo Racing lineage of Toyota's sports cars. And for all of you who don't know this car is the homologation special car that is used currently in World Rally Championship, as you can see in the picture here. And today I want to explain to you and show you why Phil, amongst other people, convinced me that this was the car that I needed to buy, and brand new on top of that. So I'm super chuffed about that. And let's walk through the amazing points of this fantastic sports car brought out by Toyota. So I decided to go with the circuit pack. This is a version basically that comes with the forged wheels and the big brakes and various other options, such as the brake ducts that you see in front that are absolutely huge. I mean, look, there are two of these, and look, I have big hands, so look how huge these vents are. Another thing that's huge on this car are the front brakes. I mean, look at that. Massive 356 mil two-piece rotors with 4-pot giant brakes that barely fit in the BBS Japan forged wheels, as you can see here. On the rear, you also have 2-pot slotted brakes as well. They also look amazing, and whatever you do, do not damage your forged BBS wheels because they are over $1,000 each. From the tire perspective, we have Michelin Pilot Sports. They are pretty good, but that's something that's gonna have to go on my car as well. Another thing that is just amazing, at a first look you think, what the hell is that fake carbon vinyl on the roof? Well, guess what? Below the carbon vinyl, you have a proper forged carbon roof. That is something also we haven't seen on a cheap production car like this in a very long time. I love it. Now let's get on back to the rear of the car. So as you can see, twin tip exhaust from the factory, but look at those absolutely huge hips on the back of the car. That is something that has to do with the width of the track of the car. So this car has a very short wheelbase, but believe it or not, this little rally car has a wider track than a Porsche GT3. Let that sink in. Yes, the track is wider than a Porsche GT3 in the back, and not by a little, by a whopping 4 centimeters, 40 mil. That is just amazing. I mean, if you look at the hips, I guess, or the fenders, you understand how that's actually even possible. So here you can see the GR Yaris badges and the GR4 badge that you will see later. But a funny thing about this car is the only thing that actually comes from a regular Yaris are the rear tail lamps, which is pretty funny. What about the noise? Let's listen to the exhaust sound to see what kind of a noise it does on idle. Safe to say that's something I'm going to be changing really soon. Anyhow, let's segue over to the interior. But there's one thing that really is mind-boggling to me is how in the world did they decide to make such a tiny space between the LCD display and the rear mirror. I mean, I've never seen a front windshield with that little visibility ever. So that's something a little bit weird in this car, but something that can be fixed, by the way. And that's something I'm going to be showing you how to do it. Otherwise, as you can see, the general feeling of the interior is very nice. I actually like the finishing inside of the car, given the fact that it's actually a rally car. You know, I mean, can't expect too much, but this car is totally daily drivable. The leathers used, the stitching, the red stitching, I really like the finishing touches they have, and of course the badge of the WRC that is absolutely essential. One thing you're going to be pushing all the time is removing the auto stop and start, and it just goes off with a little lamp on the dashboard, as you can see. Otherwise we have the IMT, which is auto blip, so it's like automatic downshifting, give a little bit of throttle to rev match basically. And then you have the traction control button as well. Little side note on the handbrake that I'm showing you right here. This car, and that's also a total sales point for me, is the fact that when you pull the handbrake on this car, on regular 4x4 cars, you shouldn't do it because it will damage your 4WD system. But in this car, don't ask me why, or no, actually we know why. It actually disconnects the rear differential and the rear wheels from the drivetrain. So when you pull your handbrake to make a violent drift and skid with the car, you do not damage anything, which really shows the spirit of the design of this car, wanting to really go all out on the rally functions of this car. Now we're back in the interior again, and let's talk about the 4WD system on this car, which is a sales point in itself. There are 3 modes, so if you push on the button there, it will put it back to normal mode, so basically 60% front wheel drive, 40% rear wheel drive. If you tilt it on the right, you have the track mode, which is 50-50, like a Subaru or a STI, and that's the one that will give you best lap times, they say. And if you tilt it on the left, is the sport mode, which is 70% rear wheel drive. Woohoo, I'm happy about that. And 30% front wheel drive, which makes it probably extremely fun in the snow or in the rain or something like that. So that is also something that got me really hyped when I saw that. And I cannot wait to give this car a spin in the snow. Hopefully I won't break it too quickly. But yeah, that's definitely something I am greatly looking forward to. I mean, honestly, I love the rear of the car, but boy, the front is aggressive. I mean, look at that huge intercooler in front, huge grille, huge brake vents, nice fog lights, nice front lamp design with LEDs. I mean, honestly, they really pulled it off. And I can tell you, when driving the car in the night, the lighting is really good. And of course, the little GR badge to make things look good. And I am super happy of this purchase. And I just want to do one thing, is modify it. So what do you think of my new car that I bought? All I can say is I've actually, since I filmed this video, I've driven it roughly 2,000 kilometers, and it is absolutely a phenomenal daily car, especially around here where snow, we get up to 50 centimeters of snow right here. So it's really an awesome car to drive, and I am very happy that I could get it. I also want to say thank you to my friend Jody, who has a garage called Garage du Levant. He hooked me up with this car, so I'm really thankful to him. He gave me an awesome deal on it. And I also want to take the time now to thank all the people who are helping me to build this car, because from now on, as you know, I don't leave cars stock very long. I'm actually surprised I managed to not modify it at all for 2,000 kilometers. So from now on, things are going to get serious. So I want to take the opportunity to, first of all, thank all the people who helped me in building this car, such as Apexi have already come on board, Dixel as well, Wed's Wheels, of course, as usual. But maybe other people want to come on board and also participate in this project. I want to quickly inform all of you that I will be participating maybe in the Swiss Championship or at least 5 races this year with the GR Yaris because it's a very competitive category and I really want to participate with that car. This year I did it with the Lotus. Next year I want to do it with the GR Yaris. So if any of you guys want to support or be involved in this procedure, make sure to hit me up also for performance parts, but also for all kinds of other things, racing gear. RRS of course have been also supporting me. And so anyway, I just want to close this video. If you like GR Yaris content, please make sure to subscribe to this channel because boy are we going to get into modifying them, and I'm really excited to share the whole experience of modifying it, daily driving it, and also racing it in official manner in Gymkhana racing in Switzerland. So it's called Slalom and Gymkhana racing in Switzerland this year. So 2023, I plan to go all out on that. I'm still seeing if I can register as a licensed driver, so to say. So if you want to join me and participate and also follow the whole adventure, make sure to like this video, subscribe, a lot of comments also. If you have ideas or things I can modify on my car, make sure to tell me. I'm really looking forward to all your guys' feedback. And I'm gonna close this video here and look forward to the next one. Peace.